while in China, one weekend, me and my boys, we decided that we were going to go out for the weekend and we're going to have a fun day into the town, and we're going to eat some good food and then walk back to the children's home. So we were all excited about this. We prepared for this weeks in advance. We talked about where we were going to go, what we were going to do, where we're going to eat, how much is our budget, and when we're going to get back and what time we're going to get back to the children's home. So we started off in the morning. We walked into town. We walked along a river. We looked at the river. We tried to look for fish in the river, and we had a fun time. I had my camera that I brought from America, and when I knew I was going to China, I went and I bought a nice camera. Spent a considerable amount of money and bought a real nice camera. And as we're going along and at the river, I'm taking many pictures, many keepsake photos, and I'm thinking, wow, this is an amazing day. And then for lunch, as we're walking back to the children's home, later in the afternoon, we stop at a restaurant and we have some really good Chinese food. And as we're there, I hung my camera on the back of a chair in the restaurant. Anyway, we ate our meal, and it was really good, really tasty. And finally, they said, okay, let's go. We're done eating. Let's go back to the children's home. And we're a little tired. We had a long day, but we still had to walk a mile or two back to the children's home. So we start walking back to the children's home, and we walk, and we get back to the children's home later on in the afternoon. And as we get back, I realized something. I forgot my camera. My camera. Where's my camera? What did I do with my camera? And I'm a little bit upset because I spent a lot of money on that camera, and I was a little bit disappointed. I said, how could I leave it lay? Then I got to thinking, where did I use my camera last? And I'm thinking about it, and I realized I hung my camera on the back of that chair at that restaurant. Now, that restaurant was a very busy restaurant. Many people were coming and many people were going. And there's no way in China that if you hang a camera on the back of a chair in a restaurant, that you go back several hours later, that it's still going to be there. And so I was disappointed. I said, well, let that be a lesson to me, never to let things lay. But then as I'm having my self-pity party, one of the boys comes up to me and says, Brother Stephen, Stephen Guga, Brother Stephen, did you pray about that camera? And I said, no, I didn't pray. I think the camera's gone. Someone came in, they saw a nice camera hanging on the back of a chair, and they took the camera, and now I don't know where my camera is. And I'm very disappointed. I'm very sad. But this boy said, you need to pray about it, and let's go and check and see if it is still there. So I said, okay, we can do that. We prayed, and then I went on a motorcycle, went back to the restaurant to check to see if the camera's still there. We walked into the restaurant, and I'm thinking there's no way, after several hours, if that restaurant had a very busy weekend, there's no way that camera's still there. And I walked up to the second floor. We'd been eating in the second floor of this restaurant. And there, on the back of that chair, was my camera. The faith of a child. I had given up in hopeless desperation, but the faith of a child made me pray. And the power of prayer, the power of an awesome God. In such little things like this, God showed himself powerful. And that camera was still there. Well, I took my camera, went back to the children's village, and on the way back, I said, God, I'm sorry for doubting. You're an awesome God. Thank you.